God doesn't usually show you how good it can get by giving you a map. He shows you by changing how you see. When I first started walking with God, I thought that clarity would come as information or a plan or a picture and just a clear future. But most of the time, God doesn't reveal what's next that way. He says, come closer, and your perception will change. What he gives you isn't directions, it's alignment. Clarity doesn't come before safety, it comes after. A regulated nervous system can see clearly, but a dysregulated one is scanning for threat. That's why scripture talks so much about peace before guidance. When your fear gets quiet, your mental noise just reduces and your urgency starts to fade. And the false options, they lose their pull, which makes your discernment more sharp. God said, be still and know. Stillness is going to come first. The knowing is going to come second. One of the ways God shows you how good it can get is through contrast. It's not the full picture. You just get little glimpses of it. Alignment is going to come without the anxiety. Those moments, they're not the destination, they're the reference points. They teach your body what alignment feels like. Once your nervous system learns that feeling, it starts to reject what doesn't match it almost automatically. That's when your doubt just starts to get a little bit more loose. It's no longer fitting into that reality. And here's how you can tell when something is aligned versus when it's forced. The aligned opportunities, they feel very clear. They're not chaotic. They come with momentum and you don't feel panic. They also don't require you to override your values and ignore your body. You don't feel like you have to perform to stay chosen. It's going to stretch you, but it's not going to scramble you. And that difference really matters because as the mental clutter reduces, your doubt just gets replaced with evidence and the doors start to open without so much manipulation and you can receive it without feeling burnt out. Over time, your brain just learns something new. I don't have to brace anymore. That is faith growing neurologically, not just spiritually. Scripture doesn't promise you a 5-year plan, but it does promise a lamp for your feet and daily bread and just a step-by-step guidance. And so the way that you recognize God leading you practically, you're gonna start to notice your body settling instead of tightening. Peace stays even when your outcome is uncertain. The wrong opportunities lose their shine and the urgency starts to dissolve. And at first that's going to feel like loss, but it's not loss, it's refinement. How good can it get? It's not about ease, it's about coherence. Once you felt that alignment, you don't need to be convinced anymore. You just learn how to follow it.